Don't you? You know you're now hooked onto
Oh, no, that's fine. We're live.
We're live.
We're here.
Hello. Welcome. Day 2 of the Dutch Masters DTC finale. I'm back. So is Ruben.
Hello.
We're back
We're
together.
back. We're here
bring
to
you
stream the day.
Excellent day of second day of streaming. There's going to be fun. There's going to be
Exciting. We've got the exciting culmination of the DTC.
Yeah, all coming
Finals.
at you today.
Yes.
Yeah.
But first off, we have a doozy.
Oh, a big old doozy.
Big old doozy.
We've got our boy Hercules Paints, aka Dan. Check him out on IG, Hercules Paints with a K, I believe.
Yeah, we'll post a tag,
We'll post a tag.
in the chat in a minute.
We'll post a tag. And
Peter,
from AO fame,
Alliance Open.
Alliance Open, the one of the largest, longest going tournament curators, so I say, in the Netherlands.
Oh, they host the largest event
Yeah.
in the Netherlands,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, they
Yeah.
just did the Super Major.
Yeah, which we both played at. Both
Yep.
had a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah, great event, great food. Love it.
It's great. So,
So Dan is playing,
Dark Angels,
yeah,
the old Deathwing,
the old Deathwing.
and he's got some Ravenwing plugged in as well.
Oh, he's got multi-wings. Does he have any green wing?
Dan, do you have any green wings in your army?
Yeah, I have some incursors.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All the wings are present.
All the wings all three of the wings. Like, there's so many circles. There's an inner circle, and then an inner circle, a slightly more outer circle.
It's like an onion.
It's an onion. There's
Dan's
many
arm is like an onion.
layers of dark angels.
It's green. It's like an ogre. No,
Some of
okay,
it's
never
green.
mind.
That's,
Some of it's
that's
green.
a different thing.
Oh,
That's-
okay,
That's
That's where donkeys get involved.
definitely.
All right. And Peter,
It's bringing one of my favorite.
I was about
armies.
to say, you gotta love it.
I love it. Siege demons, pure siege demons.
I don't think it can be called pure.
It's pure. Be'lakor is siege.
No,
He has the mark of siege. He is a pure siege demon. Just
demons.
because he's also
demons. There's demons.
Just because he also hangs out with Korn and you know goes to some of those kinky parties with Slanesh. he has a laugh with Nurgle. He helps out with the gardening a bit. He's still a siege demon. Change
All
those
right,
ways.
all right.
Change those ways.
Let's
Go
agree
that?
to disagree.
Is it? We'll show you the lists. We'll go through the list a bit later on when they're going through. But yeah, there's some fun stuff about to happen on screen. The guys are just setting up. I think we're not too far from going live. Like the round did start a few minutes ago.
Yep.
So anything you want to add?
No, I think I'm looking forward to today. Yesterday was a lot of fun.
Oh, a lot of fun.
I think we can look forward to a lot of exciting games today again.
Some big games, very big.
yeah,
There's some other
yeah.
big games going on right now.
Yeah.
A few there's 5 undefeated people going into this round.
Yep.
We have a man, Dick van der Haast, who was on the stream yesterday.
He's playing Christian.
He's playing Christian, who has not been on the stream yet, but
We also wanted to give like the top tables a little bit of an easy start of the day, not having to worry about being on stream. And we also wanted to show these cool armies.
yeah, cool armies. This should be a fun game. Should
Yeah,
be a good
definitely.
game to warm everyone up.
Yep.
So yeah, we're excited. I'm excited.
I am excited.
I'm excited to know how this all ends.
Yeah.
And I
Shall
want to
we-
enjoy every minute of every game until we get there.
Yes. Shall we get into it?
Let's get into it.
All right,
We're
let's
gonna
do it.
Flip over and should be seeing the old deployment now. Shall I get rid of the dice cap? No.
Open up the
Oh yeah. If anybody's watching along with us in chat. Oh, Martine says, all I want to say is go Joshua, you got this. I'll let him know you said that, Martine. I will let him know you said that. What do we got? No, I am... We're currently here. That's fine. Yeah, the deployment's still going on, as you see. We've got...
Can you plug me in?
Oh, you remembered your charger today.
Yes, I did.
Good job.
It's a little bit tangled, but, you know.
Well, aren't we all? It's like a metaphor for life. You take that bit, to me, to you. I'll take. Yeah. Alright. Perfect. Yeah, so just taking a look here, we've Peter's been fairly aggressive. He's got his two tougher to kill big guys right on the line. Big unit of pinks in that top left ruin.
Maybe for now, remove the
Yeah,
dice
I
tray.
was thinking of that. I think I even said it, and then I didn't do it. Still early here, everybody. Still
Yes.
early.
Huzzah.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Nobody's rolling any dice. We are playing the Scouring, which is
We are.
actually my favourite mission.
Is it?
I really I loved it, even when it was domination. Even when it was hold 2, hold 3, I loved it.
Fair enough.
Because
Fair
it-
enough.
I love combat. I love this meeting in the
Meeting
middle.
in the middle.
big old smash.
That's what I
And
like
this
as well.
Really,
Yeah.
this really forces that.
Yeah.
This really emphasises that in the game. It's a delight.
I gotta say,
Die achterstaat, die linker is dat ze staan open. Daar is ventilatie dat het een beetje.
Oh,
Hij staat aan.
hij staat aan.
yeah.
Oké, top.
Dank u wel.
Dank u.
Yep. Just had to check the ventilation for the room.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Done.
that's great.
Splendid.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think with the new Arcs of Omen,
Oh, we're going into Arcs of Omen again.
a little bit. They changed the mission primary, secondary thingy.
Tertiary,
Yes,
Yeah.
tertiary,
as I like to call it.
core, tertiary, primero.
Yes.
That's what it's called, I believe, in Dutch.
Dubitantly.
The action that you have to do in order to get the points.
Yeah.
I think right now you
What's
have.
that action called? No, without looking.
Oh, hoisting up your socks.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So in order to hoist up your socks, tell us what's changed about it in Arcs of Omen.
So right now you need to do an action outside of your deployment zone, which is on an objective outside of your deployment zone, which is all of the objectives.
Yep.
And the action is completed at the start of your next command phase.
Oh, yeah.
What's changing in Arcs of Omen is that it's completed at the end of your turn,
Ooh,
which I
spicy.
think makes it like right now. What you see a lot in this mission, I feel, is that people do it on their two objectives and maybe the one in the middle,
Yeah, that's
like
it.
maybe a third objective somewhere along the game.
Yeah.
And I think now, because it becomes much more tempting to do those actions, because they became a little bit easier, you actually see people starting to try and perform those more. You'll see people going for the objectives that they don't control.
Oh yes, for sure.
So yeah, I think that's a cool change.
Good
But
change, isn't it?
For today,
I like it.
we're still hoisting socks
On Nephilim.
on Nephilim.
So it's completes in your next command.
I think they changed the name to Hoist Your Undies
Oh, hoist your
in
undies.
Arcs of Omen.
Yeah.
And that's why it's completed at the end of your turn.
That sounds very grim dark,
It does.
just like your undies.
Yes. Why do you know the... No, never mind. So, tell me about Peter's secondaries.
You want to know about Peter's secondaries? Well, he has chosen, you know it, you love it, if you're a Demons player, Reality Rebels. This is almost always a go-to for Demons players. It is in the same category as Engage and Behind Enemy Lines, but you score 1 point for having the same or more number of units in a table quarter than your opponent, wholly within a table quarter than your opponent. You also get a point for having a unit wholly within 6 of the center. Now that doesn't matter if your opponent's there. So if you're feeling a bit cheeky, you could fairly easily get 3 points a turn just on Reality Rebels and push it up even higher as soon as your opponent starts. If they trail some models across a table quarter, they don't get wholly within there. It's quite easy to get up there. He's taking banners, very solid on this mission. 2 objectives, just very, very close to the opponent's zone. You can easily walk onto them and plant that banner. Plant it. And lastly, he took Assassinate. Dan has several characters, and Peter wants to get in there, crack them open, and eat that juicy character juice.
Nom nom nom.
Dan has taken Oath of Moment.
Yeah.
This is a Space Marine special. I think you get a point for standing, 2 points for standing in the middle. You get a point for not falling back or failing a morale test. and a point for killing a vehicle, character, or monster.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Peter does have 3 big monsters to kill.
Yeah, and probably some other characters,
Probably
like
some
Flux
other
Masters,
characters.
Chaincasters, what have you.
Yeah. He's got options.
So Dan also went for banners. I think banners in the Scouring is a good choice.
It's a solid choice.
Yeah, you got two objectives near your deployment zone, right?
You can plant those 2, and then just if you're confident you can hold them all game, then you're laughing.
And if you look at the terrain, like it's definitely like these objectives are definitely in a good position to be held without really being threatened, at least by firepower.
Yeah, they're pretty safe from shooting. But I don't think Peter's army cares too much about that, because his entire army, apart from Bellicor, has a 3+ demonic save against shooting. Now, if you don't know watching at home, a demonic save can never be modified.
And not ignored by weapons that say I ignore invulnerable saves
Cannot
either.
be ignored by weapons. Exactly.
This is great.
So basically, his entire army, apart from Bellicor, is getting a 3+ save against all shooting.
Now, what's the downside of Teen Demons, Chris?
Well, they're pretty flimsy in combat. All of the smaller models have a 6+ save in combat. Now, I know, 6+ save isn't great, but it's not terrible because they always have that 6+. As again, it can never be modified. It's actually, if you spike a little bit on those 6s, it can be cheeky.
Yep.
I'm a big fan. Now that changes with the bigger guys. The Kairos and the Lord of Change both have a 5+ in combat.
Right.
Pretty spicy. And they're no slouches either. They're not combat monsters, but they're no slouches. Bellicor just has a 4+ save in shooting and a 4+ save in combat. They have some other defensive buffs, but it's a good army. And we feel like Dan, with his Terminators and I think Blade Guard and all the what have you, he does have the combat threat to be able to really threaten Peter's flimsier cinch models. So that's why we really thought it'd be a good. That's why we really thought it'd be a nice game, because you've got they're both also very defensive armies. The Deathwing, transhuman, which means they can only ever be wounded on a 4. They're all Terminators, which means they have the 2+, 4 or 5+ save depending on whether they have storm shields or not. And of course, because we're still playing in Nephilim, they still have Armor of Contempt, which is super strong for Terminators. It doesn't matter too much against the Mortal Wounds. Now, Peter does have quite a lot of Mortal Wound output, but against the shooting from the Flamers, in particular, the Armor of Contempt on Terminators is going to be very strong. If he sits those Terminators in cover, they'll be still getting a 2+ save against the Flamers. It's pretty spicy. Pretty spicy. Peter has first turn. I think he's tentatively moving forwards with his big guys. He's popped Bellicor in the middle there. I don't know whether there's a little bit of bait. He wants to get his Reality Rebels, I think, for the big 3 this turn, which would be nice. Now it's uncapped Reality Rebels. You can get up to 5 for it. Big Belly B, as I like to call him. He's a tough cookie. It's a tough cookie to crack. Toughness 7, always -1 to hit, always -1 to wound. Cannot reroll hits against him, and with a spell, a cinch spell from the Pandemonic Discipline. Exactly. Called Boon of Change. You can make him toughness 8. Now, toughness 8 is nice. Toughness 8 with -1 to wound is even more impressive. Which means any multi-melters that Dan might have, I don't know if he has multi-melters, but he has missiles, I see, on his Terminators. Those strength 8 all of a sudden be wounding Bellicor on 5s. And he has a 4+ save.
Yeah.
So he becomes very tough to shift. And if that wasn't the only kicker, he also gets -1 damage against ranged attacks. He's a tough nut to crack. That's where I think it may be a little bit of bait that he's put him in. I think he maybe wants Dan to charge in with his invulnerable save Terminators, or maybe Blade Guard, whatever. Because not only is Bellicor quite tanky, He also, when he attacks, is a strength 12, AP -4, ignoring invulnerable saves.
Oh, baby.
Oh, pretty spicy.
That is pretty spicy.
Yeah, pretty spicy. So we'll see how it goes. I think this is that Kairos or the Lord of Change that's popped out on the right there?
I'll check.
You have a little check. Kairos has 2 heads. I was telling the people at home.
No, it's Kairos in the middle.
Kairos in the middle, okay.
And then it's the Lord of Change in the bottom.
Yeah. So the Lord of Change is also very tanky. He's also -1 to wound, toughness 7. And he probably has the relic on, which is the Impossible Robe. Do you want to know what the Impossible Robe does?
Tell me. Tell me.
Impossibly good.
Is it?
Yeah, once per phase, that is per phase, he can choose, after he's failed a save, to make the damage characteristic of that attack 0.
Oof.
Right?
Oof.
Oh, pretty
And
good.
it's not per turn, not per game round, it's per phase.
Per phase, and it's a choice. So you can't get rid of it by firing bolters at him first and waiting for him to fail a save. It's nope. You fire bolters at me and then, oh no, what's that, Tau Railgun? I'll just make that 0.
Sounds lovely.
Yep. Votan Super Ion Beam Cannon, whatever it's called. Nah, I'll make that 0. Well, thank you very much.
Great.
Yep. So yeah, a couple of big tough cookies there.
Yep. Sounds like it.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, on the other hand, on the other side of the field, there's a couple of big, well, not big, but tough cookies as well.
Oh yeah.
Because the Deathwing, with their transhuman physiology, are
I went a bit Nixon there, didn't I?
Yeah, a little bit,
Nixon from Futurama.
but yeah, you're a head floating in a tank.
I am, yes.
Little legs.
Yep.
But yeah, and I mean the Deathwing Terminators, I always have a lot of trouble with them. You know, dealing with that transhuman, dealing with that 2-up save, especially now with Arm of Contempt still being a thing.
Yep. I was saying before, the Flamers, with Peter's Flamers with AP2, usually the big boogeyman.
Yep.
If his Terminators are in cover, he's getting 2-up saves against him.
And wounding on 4s
And they're
with the
only
Flamers.
ever wounding on 4s.
So,
+1 to wound?
Plus1
does
to no,
nothing.
+1 strength doesn't do anything.
Nothing.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how fast Peter can get rid of those Terminators.
Yep.
Because I think that's the key here, right? Getting rid of the Terminators before they get into combat with all your stuff.
Yeah, because I think if those Terminators get into combat with the Lord of Change or with Kairos, maybe even with Be'lakor, it's probably a dead big monster.
Yep.
I'm not entirely sure of the Terminator loadouts. I see some Lightning Claws.
Let's have a look at the list.
Power Fist. Let's have a look at the list, and we'll run you through it. We'll run you through it at home.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. How's the chat doing? We got Matthias. Oh, hey Matthias, how are you? I bet you are happy with the Space Marine changes. Have you dusted off the Iron Hands yet? You got that triple repulsor executioner list out again?
Oh, Zata's back. Hi, Zata. Good
Hey,
morning.
Zata, welcome back.
Thanks for the shout out. And the Lord of the House of Corvus says, "Good luck, Peter. Go get them."
Go get him, Peter. Is that Corvus Corax? Or is that Corvus Blackstar?
Corvus Blackstar. It's a plane. We've
It's
got a
a
plane in the chat.
I love it.
Let's have a look. So Dan, it's fielding as Rael.
Oh, Azrael. Bad man. Bad man things.
He is also feeling. He's got no troops in his first detachment, which is fair because with the Vanguard, I think all the elites become, or at least the Terminators, the Deathwing become OPSEC. Yeah. So he's got 5 Blade Guard veterans.
I think they also get the inner circle keyword.
I think they
that
do.
makes them
I think they do.
OPSEC as well.
Yep.
I think so.
Yep.
But that's what Be'lakor wants to eat up. He wants to eat those. He wants those Blade Guards to come to him. 'Cause
nom,
they
nom,
probably
nom.
won't kill him, and he will definitely kill them.
So he's also got a Deathwing Ancient. That's the guy with the banner, right?
Yeah, the Ancients are the guy with the banners. I'm not sure what the Pennant of Remembrance is, but it's a relic.
It is a relic. We can look it up in a bit, see what it does. And then, so he's got a unit of Terminators. That's a surprise, isn't it? And those Terminators, I'll count them out for you. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Terminators in the first unit.
That sounds like mathematics.
Yep. And there's as you said, there's a mix. So the Sergeant has a Thunderhammer Storm Shield.
Oh, nice.
Then he's got 4 boys with Chain Fists. And then, 5. Sorry,
Six.
Two of which have a cyclone missile launcher.
Oh,
And
Brian will
then-
be happy.
Yep. Shout out to Brian.
Shout out to Gubbins, if he's listening.
And then he's got two guys with a pair of
3
lightning
guys with
claws.
lightning claws.
3?
So 3 lightning
Yes.
claws, 6 chain fists, and
You know,
a
I
thunderhammer.
put on my glasses this morning. Doesn't help.
Did you put the right ones on?
Nope.
That is quite a tanky unit right there. What else
These are
has he
not
got?
subscription glasses. These are just hipster glasses.
They're just hipster glasses.
They don't do anything. I'm wearing contacts underneath. Then he's got a Ravenwing Apothecary, which I think is a must-take in this type of list. You know, bringing back your Terminators.
Oh, yeah. And there's Ravenwing. Is he on a bike?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah, because Ravenwings
be.
have to be on bikes, I think,
Yeah.
right? Nice.
And
So
I
he's
don't think
probably-
that breaks the Deathwing detachment.
I have no idea. I assume it doesn't.
No.
So he's on a bike. Has he got any cool guns? Plasma Talon.
Plasma
Oh,
gun.
what
All
that
the
is.
bikes come with the it's I think it's just a plasma gun with a shorter range, like a twin plasma gun.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
That's nice. So he's a character protected and he can shoot people and bring back Terminators for free.
Yes.
I love it.
Then
I love it.
Dan also has 2 units of Relic Terminators, which are
Spicy.
basically the command squad. So they give the characters character protection
Oh,
no
they're
matter
the
how many.
bodyguard
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, that's nice.
They're
not?
not. No,
Okay, that's not
Dan
them?
just
No,
informed us.
we are
They're
wrong.
not. What do Relic Terminators do then?
They're cheap because they get a bolter and a chain fist.
A lightning claw.
Yeah. So they're like 1 point more and double lightning claw, but they get a storm bolter and offset.
Shows how
That's
much
point efficiency.
Offset. That is point efficiency.
Point efficiency.
Shows
so
how much
they're-
we know
they're-
about Dark Angels.
a lot.
I think both players probably know more about Dark Angels than we do.
Doesn't matter. We
matter.
know everything
We can
because we're
still
a professional organization.
chat shit,
We know everything
back.
there is to know
Yep.
about Dark Angels. We just sometimes need the help of players.
It's a little tweak.
So he's got 2 units of Relic
of
Terminators, which are
5?
not command squads.
Nope.
They don't do the character
There's no
protection when
bodyguard
they're
there. Just so
Nope.
you know at home, no bodyguard
Nope.
from those guys.
The reason people take them is because they're cheaper.
Yep.
It's point
Well, 1 point
efficiency.
more expensive, but they get a combi
Exactly,
bolter
that's the
as
thing.
well.
Yeah.
And offset. Nice.
So,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's 2 units
5
of
man
5 with a lightning claw and
it.
that combi bolt.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 units of those.
Genius.
Then he's got a patrol, another patrol,
Oh.
or not another patrol,
A patrol.
a patrol.
Patrol.
Starting off with a interrogator chaplain,
Chaplain. Yeah.
who has a jump pack.
Of course he does. Oh, do you remember how sick the jump pack chaplain was? A couple of years ago, every single Space Marine list had a jump
Yeah,
pack
yeah.
chaplain.
Yeah, I think this is
It was
one of those.
before the bike chaplain came out. it was.
Right, right. It's good.
Looks nice. What's he?
couple
He's got
of-
some stuff.
Yeah, got some stuff.
Canticle of Hate. Is that the one? The reroll charges or the +2 to charge one? Maybe.
I
I
think
don't know.
Canticle Litany of Hate is, I think, the +2 to charges. Yeah,
He's got
it's the
Teeth of-
standard one.
Teeth of Terror as well. Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And he's a wise orator.
Oh, does that mean something?
He can say stuff and be wise.
Oh, that means you get to do 2 things, right? Two not powers, litanies.
Litanies?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
think
he's very wise.
I think he's so wise he gets to do 2. Good.
Good.
What's that? Is that a Talon Master?
It
with
is.
Arbiter's Gaze?
Wow.
Never been done.
Never been done.
Fresh off the market. For those who don't know at home, Arbiter's Gaze is I think, is the relic which allows him
makes
to
hits on 2.
always hit on 2. Now, it's worded so that he always hits on 2s, even in Overwatch.
It's great.
It's ridiculous, but I love it. Okay, what else has he got? Tell us.
5 incursors. So that's his green wing.
Ah, yeah, that's the Green Wing.
4 servitors. I mean,
There's
I
a
don't
little
think there's a
backfield,
whole lot to
yeah.
say about incursors, right?
No.
Backfill boys.
Yeah,
Same with the servitors.
yeah.
You might pop them into strategic for retrieve Nephilim data.
Can servitors do banners?
Yeah, they're infantry. Yeah,
But I know some models can't do it. Some things can't do it.
They can do
cannot
actions.
do actions.
No, they can. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, then that's good. Yeah, he's got servitors, he's got incursors to do actions, and frees his terminators up to go and actually do stuff.
Or I'm misinformed, but as far as I know, servitors can just do action.
Cool.
Then he's got a storm speeder hammer strike.
Well, the name sounds incredible.
It's
First
it
off
looks
and
great.
foremost, Hammer Strike is a good name.
Do you know what it does?
Nope.
Me neither.
Sounds like a fun band though.
Yeah.
I would listen to Hammer Strike.
And some other stuff.
It
Yeah.
shoots Melta and some other
And
stuff.
some other straight straight from the horse's mouth. It shoots melt around other stuff.
Right.
However, I know what I'm doing on a Saturday night. I'm going to go down the bar and listen to some Hammer Strike.
Hamstrap, baby.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of a band would Hammer Strike be?
Thrash metal.
Thrash metal?
Oh,
is that
definitely
it?
thrash metal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then to round off the list, he's got an Eliminator squad with last fusels.
Ooh, Brian will be happy. Shout out to Gubbins Mark II.
And the sergeant has the instigator bolt carbine.
That means you can move after shooting.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I like that. Eliminators.
good.
It's like a little cherry on top, like a little sprinkling of Salt Bay's elbow salt over the steak that is the Deathwing Terminators.
Do you wanna go over Peter's list?
It will go over Peter's list for sure. Oh,
Turn 1,
yeah.
Deckard has 3, 4 armies left, all damaged. Turn 1, Stephen Mertens, his entire army, all made turn 1 charges on the Necrons.
Who's he playing against?
Rob Goosen.
He's having a rough day at the office.
Oh, because I was talking to Stefan last night, and he was, asking for tips about Necrons. I said, they don't like it when you're super aggressive, and obviously he took that to heart and just charged everything in turn 1. Oh, lovely. We'll try and keep you updated with those scores later on. I'd also be interested to know how the Dick versus Christian game's going on, and the Ron versus Nicky game's going on. But we'll check them later on.
Yep.
I will run us through Peter's list now. You happy with that?
I am happy with
Happy
that.
with that?
Yeah,
All right.
I am.
So we have a Flux Master. It's yeah, we good? No, it's frozen. Excuse me, we're just doing the old switcheroo.
I just want to get the dice cam back on, because we are now in Dan's turn 2, and I think
Shooting some stuff.
we are in Dan's turn
I think
2.
we might even be in Peter's turn 2, because Dan went second. Peter went first.
we went through Dan's turn.
We're in
1.
Peter's turn 2.
We're going
We'll
through
check.
this.
We'll check the scores.
Yeah.
We'll
You
check
go
the
check the
scores.
scores, then we'll do Peter's list, because Chris, can you give us a wave? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're live. We are live.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah.
Live.
Just checking if the cam didn't freeze up.
Are you ready for the scores? You want the scores?
I am ready for the scores.
Do you want to do Dan or Peter first?
Let's do Dan first. Any points?
Dan got 2 points for Oath of Moment. There's no primary because it's completely
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Dan, 2 points for Oath of Moment.
Right.
1 point for Stubborn Defiance.
Yeah.
And I believe he put down 2 banners.
Okay. So put down 2 banners and got 3 points in his turn 1. Yes.
As expected, Peter got the 3 points on Reality Rebels
Rubble.
for the 2 table quarters you see on the left and having Bellicor within 6 of the centre.
Yep.
He also placed down 2 banners and hasn't done Assassinate yet. So we'll see
That's
some more scores coming down. We'll see some more scores coming.
right. And yeah, that's also not
That's it
okay.
so
Yeah.
far.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
where we're at. It's a little tentative start. I think nobody wants to. Like, Peter's pushing, but he doesn't want to commit too much. I don't think he wants to give down those easy charges.
No, I get that. I get that.
Yeah. You still, even with -1 to wound and T7 or potentially T8, you still don't want to give away potential charges, because a 4-up save is only a 4-up save. 50% of the time you fail them 100% of the time.
Yep. That's how it works, right?
That is exactly how it works. So yeah, back to Peter's list. So he has a Flux Master, which is a Herald on a disc.
And that's it. That's his list.
Yeah, he can't have that power.
This is, keep in mind, this is the,
Oh, maybe
This
the
is
list
the
haven't
list
been
before
updated before the
updates.
check-in. Okay, yeah. Yep. All right. So the Fluxmaster knows definitely Infernal Flames and then another spell. I'll find out from Peter later on. Bellicor knows Pile of Despair and Shrouded Step. That is Fight Last, Pile of Despair, or Turn Off Obsec, or you can't do actions. No, it's not Turn Off Obsec, sorry. It's Lose Auras, that's the one. Shrouded Step is a teleport spell. Kairos Fate Weaver knows all of the spells in the Pandemonic Discipline and has a cute little ability which allows him to pick a command point stratagem that your opponent uses and increase the cost of that by 1 command point.
okay.
It's quite nice. For the entire game. It's nice. Also, this is wrong as well. I think some of the spells I think are wrong on the list that we have. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Whilst Panda is checking something, I'm gonna go over to Instagram and get you guys the handles of the guys playing. So again, Peter is being tentative with moving out because, as we said, like the downside playing change is that you don't have the invuln saves in combat, and you just want to be careful not to get charged.
Ja, ik kan voor 1 CP kan ik met Psychic Phase hem alle Nurgle Powers geven. En met de Nurgle Power kan ik 1 unit binnen 18 inch opzek laten verliezen en
So,
afslaan. Oké. Maar er moet visible zijn? Ja, hij moet wel visible zijn. Nee, want anders had ik het uitgelopen. Ja, opzek uit.
we have Dan from Hercules Paints. Check out his Instagram. He does great work. He does very cool miniatures. Hercules Paints. I'm just checking because I want to make sure I get the spelling correct. And then we've got Peter, who is one of the founders, and I don't actually know if he's a founder, but he's definitely really involved with Alliance Open. He's one of the head judges over there. And as we said, they do amazing events, usually either in Utrecht or Amsterdam. I see Peter is now moving out of the building with some horrors. Looks like pink horrors. Peter, what is the larger model in that unit of horrors?
That's the Exalted Flamer.
The Exalted Flamer. Cool. I'll get you guys some pictures in a minute, as we did yesterday.
Ja, hij staat 22 dus.
Chris, I think, is also checking out some of the scores and other tables right now to see how the other games are going. Yeah, Peter is moving out now. This is going to be interesting to see how Dan responds to it, because he is now also being forced, I think, to do something about Be'lakor. And as Chris said, charging Be'lakor with a couple of units of Terminators might be
enough. Yeah.
might be enough, but we'll have to see.
So yeah, I'm back. I just wanted to double check with the TO, because there was some contention about the Be'lakor giving access to the Noctic Discipline. And so I just wanted to check with the TO what the ruling was and just confirm everything was okay. Because this is an old list document we have, and I don't want to interfere with the people's games to ask them about their list and stuff. So I just wanted to check everything's
Right.
okay, and it's all tip-top and above board. We're
Great.
all good.
Battlescribe has been updated.
Oh,
Ooh!
what is Battlescribe?
Battlescribe
What is Battlescribe?
is that nice
Is that
little
like
tool
a-
that allows you not to use pen and paper or your head to calculate
Is that like
points.
a cheap
Or
knockoff version of the GW app?
I think it's the other way around. It's lovely to see on screen that my zoanthropes are now 210 points.
I think that's still too cheap for them.
It's great.
But I don't care. As long as Spore Mines are nerfed, Tyranids can do whatever they want. I'll let you play with all of the old points, just except for Spore Mines.
You heard it here first, folks. This is a verbal agreement which is binding. Now on, I'll only be playing against Chris with my nids.
Yeah, I'll even let you use Maliceptors at 150 or 170 or whatever they were originally.
Oh?
Yeah?
Oh?
Yeah?
I think they were 170.
No, 170.
150 would be...
I mean, 170 was already
That
too
was a
cheap.
steal.
170 is already too cheap. I tell you what, I've just been up. You know what? I'm going to go and get some scores.
Do it.
I want to see...
I told the watchers already. Like I thought you were
I was thinking, well,
already.
I was just checking some stuff in the codex because I wanted to be sure that we were getting things right. I want things to be above board on this stream. We've said
Right,
it before.
yeah, definitely. I think because York is now up against Root, right?
I
That
was
must
actually
be an
just
interesting
speaking
game as
to
well.
him, and, Yort is actually doing all right. He's
Doesn't
he's
surprise
feeling,
me.
He's feeling okay after his game yesterday, after his
Yeah.
narrow loss. You know, he's let it sink in a little bit, and he's ready to come into the day and just keep pushing for those wins. So.
It's what we told York yesterday as well, right? After the game, like he wasn't bummed with the dice or anything. He wasn't bummed with his opponent. He had a great game. He was just those games where you get so close to either tying it or just nipping the win.
Yep.
It's just, you know, you need to process that. And we
Oh, you
told
do.
him yesterday, like, this will be one of those games, you need to get over it right now, but in a couple of days, and maybe in this case even within a day,
You'll look
just a
back.
one night's sleep. And it's one of the best games you'll have played this weekend.
Definitely.
And it's good to hear that he's now already over the loss and taking Root head on.
He's really going for it. So yeah.
But you get to go and out and
I'll
check
go,
some
I'll go
scores.
see what the other tables are doing. And,
Yeah. Or can you? Yeah. No, we're still in
Still in the psychic
Peter's.
phase,
Yeah.
Still in the second phase. This may take a while.
Really, Teens Demons taking a while for a psychic phase,
BRB.
which means
Big rule book.
Yes. Oh wait, I'm just gonna quickly follow Chris to ask him if he can take some pictures. I'll be right back as well.
Ja, ook. Ja, op de True site. Ja, maar die heeft waarschijnlijk wel deze wel. Even kijken, sluitste. Hij gaat nu teleporten. Af 7.
I'm back. I was just checking for the players whether those small walls in the middle of the table were breachable. They are, and they're also true line of sight. Yeah, as I said, it's going to be interesting to see how Dan's going to respond to Be'lakor being shoved into his face. And it looks like Peter also cast a buff on Be'lakor. I'm just going to quickly check what that is. It's Boon of Change. I don't know if you rolled a 9 or higher for it, because if you roll 9 or higher for the boon, then you get to choose the result. I'll check with Peter as I check the scores for his round 2, and I'll be right back.
Zowel in shooting als mede dus in heroes bij de kort. Ja, precies. Daar staan we wel in, daar vanaf. Nee, andere beurt. Vorige beurt heb ik eerst met Belkor daar gedaan. En nu zijn we over vandaan gedaan. Ja, alright, wat we gaan doen.
So, Peter has had a successful turn. So, just for clarification, what he did, turn 1, which I think is a smart play, he had Be'lakor on this middle objective, and he did the Hoist Your Socks secondary. I'll look it up. I think it's called Strategic Scan or something. The tertiary for the scouring, that is. The Auspex scan. So he did the Auspex scan secondary on the middle objective, and then this turn he's now currently in the process of completing it on the top left objective over there. And Be'lakor did get to choose his result for Boon of Change on Be'lakor. So he's in toughness +1 toughness right now, making him toughness 8 from the top of my head. For points, he got 11 points in the primary, so 8 for holding 2, and then 3 for completing the Auspex scan in the middle. He got another 3 for Reality Rebels, and he had 2 banners up on his home field objectives. So he is looking at a solid 19 points at the moment. Now Dan was holding 2 as well. And I think Dan also started Allspec scan. But I'll check in for the scores at the end of Dan's round, because this is going to be an interesting turn. See if he can get rid of Be'lakor. And of course Be'lakor has all the, I think Chris told you guys already, but Be'lakor has all the debuffs and like -1 to hit, -1 to wound, -1 damage. I think some no rerolls, some of that stuff is just for shooting. I'll check with Chris when he gets back which debuff applies to which phase. But he's a tough cookie to crack. He is a tough cookie to crack. And Chris is my phone as well, so I cannot make an Instagram post.
Jij hebt geen persoonlijke Instagram, hè?
Ja.
Doe je dat je daar ook?
Ja, ik doe er niks mee, maar alles voor de likes, hè?
Wat?
Wanneer is het? Ik zal minstens Jongens, dit Pay mij er gewoon. Ja, het staat los. Er is niet eens een foto bij. Oh, de icon 76, de boven. Oh ja. Maar daar ben ik, ja.
Alright, cool.
Chill.
So for those of you who also want to get in touch with Peter on his personal Instagram, I'm just going to put that in chat as well. Which is icon667. Yeah, so Battlescribe being up there, that's quite nice. I always, I'm a fan, as I'm an old school player, I'm a fan of the old pen and paper to write my lists. I don't mind it, but I do have to say, despite being an old school player, I'm also quite lazy. So as soon as Battlescribe gets updated, I usually switch back to it. And it also saves paper, of course. But you should see the piles of scrap paper with scribbles and notes and point calculations that lie on my gaming table when points have not been updated in any digital format yet. How do you guys prefer to write your lists? Using an app or just... I know a lot of people use Excel. But are there any old school pen and paper boys out there? Nope, I see I haven't updated the turn. So for those of you joining us right now, we are currently in the top of turn 2. And Demons started off the game. Oh, sorry, we're in bottom of turn 2. It's Dark Angel's turn. And they're responding to the Demons pushing forward now. So, as you can see in the middle, there's a unit of 6 flamers on that middle objective. Screened by 10, from what I gather, blue horrors.
Good luck with those.
Do you want me to go around and take some more?
No, just check them first. Check them. So, little update from the field.
Yeah, you.
So we'll start with Rob versus Stefan. We have Space Wolves versus Necrons. Turn 1 Space Wolves. Everything charged.
everything.
Well, you know, everything that could, charged. And just got in there.
So it's Rob against?
Rob versus Stefan.
Okay. Okay. And when you say everything that could, is that like...
Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Yep, I was about to ask. I love Thunderwolf Cavalry, man. They're so cool.
The jumpy dude, like
Yeah.
everything that could is just in and just wrecked
Starting
a bit of
off
face.
the day in a great way.
Yep. Next to them is our old Dusty Justy versus Thomas Beckers.
How's that game going? Because that's one to watch as well.
That's one to watch, yeah. Justy went first and killed over half of Thomas's knights.
Oh, lovely.
And left the other half severely wounded. So Thomas has, I think, 3 or 4 knights left and a baton against Justy's entire army.
Great.
Votan.
Great.
So yeah, there's that. Further round, Florian is against. Sorry, I've forgotten the chap's name. The Tyranids chap.
Mitchell.
Mitchell, yes, Mitchell. So the Tyranids are looking slightly stronger in the matchup. They're actually better psychers than 1,000-year-old Dusty psychers for some reason.
Oh,
Yeah? Who knew?
I did.
You did. I think
Yeah.
everyone did.
I played both armies.
Yeah. But I wouldn't count Florian out by any means. It's very early doors.
No, definitely. To be honest, I think in a Tyranid versus Thousand Sun matchup, the psychic phase aside, I think the Thousand Suns are in a good position.
Yeah, they ignore morale.
Yep.
They punch okay. They shoot very well, and they've got a lot of mobility,
Right.
which really helps in that matchup. Moving on to Dick Van Haast versus Christian, the Votan versus Necrons. Some would say top table, the two, I think, highest scorers at the moment. Dick describes himself as being in with a chance because he got first turn. And he was able to kill, I think, one of Christian's bike units and tag a Heckmech land wagon truck.
Heckatoni
fortress.
Land Fortressoni.
Yeah, that thing.
That's the...
Extra pepperoni.
yes, that's the one.
But as we know,
Quattro Stagioni.
having a couple of bike units,
See how long we can get this going.
Zamboni. A couple of bikes basically is a Zamboni, isn't it? Having a couple of bike units still available and 2 fortresses, and his berserks he's still in a very, very strong position to just potentially table the Necrons early game. So we'll see how that goes. Other unbeaten table, we have Ron versus Nikki.
Yeah.
Nids versus Death Guard. Now, the Death Guard went first, and Ron, again, is very happy with that. I was speaking to them, and very advantageous for Ron, he said, that the Death Guard went first, because, they're slow. They can't really threaten too much turn 1, and he's able to react to them, and it also gives him the last turn.
Right.
Yeah, as I saw it, one of Nicky's rhinos blew up, 10 Plague Marines got out, and he rolled 4 1s.
Great.
Yep. So
Great.
4 Plague Marines died disembarking from a rhino. Bit of bad luck there, but he's still got a lot on the board, so could still be an interesting game.
Oh, are we now seeing charges being made on Be'lakor? I think so.
Yes.
Yes. What did Be'lakor suffer any wounds? Peter, did Be'lakor suffer any wounds in the shooting phase? No wounds.
Fully healthy.
Did he? Was he shot at all?
Yeah, I was shot by the relics, the Blade Guard veterans, and the speeder.
Ah, okay.
He didn't care.
So Be'lakor did not care for Dark Angel shooting. Brushed off every single shot that was fired at him. And now we're gonna go into the combat phase. It's gonna be exciting. So, Chris, helps out. What's now facing Be'lakor in combat?
A unit of Blade Guard veterans and a unit of Relic Terminators. So 5 Relic Terminators with Lightning Claws. Oof. You think so, but does it give +1 strength to Lightning Claw? I don't know if it
No,
does.
it gives full reels to wound, but I don't think you get to do that against Be'lakor.
You can
do you?
reroll wounds.
Oh, you can,
You
okay.
can reroll wounds.
Okay.
You just can't reroll hits.
Yeah, because I was wondering, what are the debuffs Be'lakor gives? Because I know that there's some that he only has in the shooting phase.
Only hit him on a 4, with no rerolls to hit, -1 to wound. Sorry, -1 to hit, -1 to wound, no rerolls to hit. Are all constantly active.
Right.
But those lightning claws can reroll to wound. Of course, he's fishing for 6s, which isn't ideal. But I think now Dan's done the right thing by putting a lot of stuff into Be'lakor, because Be'lakor can't physically kill it all. He has 6 attacks when he's fully healthy,
Yeah.
which is not enough to kill 10 models. That's mathematics, right there.
Right.
Even with his, -4 ignoring invuln thing. With Armor of Contempt, the Terminators will still be getting a 5-up save, and the Blade Guards would still be getting a 6-up save, I believe. But we'll see. Burial667 says Maxi Kapot Peter.
Would you like me to try and pronounce that?
Nay,
Okay.
Max Kapot Peter.
Right. Spot on.
Thank you.
That
How
was
would
actually,
you say
no,
it?
that was actually quite good.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I think that means
Just a little bit more passion into it, because it's
Max
all.
Kapot Peter.
There you go. It's all capitalized, so you know.
Oh yeah. I love it. Yeah. Other updates from around the room? What have we got? We have a Gene Stealer off.
Oh, is that?
Leonard versus the other Gene Stealer Colts player?
Shop.
Nope. The other one.
Shall we have a look on BCP?
Maybe we have a look on BCP, because it's early in the morning here and I am not going so great with names. Apologies to anyone if you're listening back to this and I forget your name. Don't you worry, I forget my own name.
It's
in the
not
mornings
you,
too.
it's Chris.
Yeah. How fast can I open BCP? Where is he? No.
Our theme
Nick.
song is still a work in progress.
Nick Denice?
Nick the Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that. Nick the Nice.
Nick the Nice.
Nick the Nice. He seemed pretty nice when I was speaking to him as
Yeah,
well.
did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Gene Stealer Cult versus Gene Stealer Cult is like the most cerebral match I think anybody can play. He was saying, there's ambush upon ambush, and I counter your ambush, and your cult uprising ambush is my cult uprising, and it's I would say it's like that meme of the confused face surrounded by numbers and mathematical equations.
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, I think that's an apt description of the Gene Stealer Cult's mirror match.
I mean, it's a plan generations in the making, so it's all about which patriarch fathered more sons, right?
Yeah, I like to think there's 2 cults active on a world, and then they hear the call of the hive, and they're like, time to uprise. But then one is like, hey, what are you guys doing here? And then it turns out it's the Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing at each other.
Right. Yeah.
My pop culture references are apparently all memes.
But yet you didn't get harmless NPCs
I did not.
meme yesterday.
Yeah, but I spent,
drive me closer.
because I didn't get it, I spent all night referencing memes. I didn't sleep. I've just been
you're
looking at
up
memes on the internet.
That's great.
Yep.
Thanks for doing that.
You're welcome. Grey Hunt says, go Peter.
Go, Peter.
Yep.
Do you, do you
Nice.
also know Burial 667? Burial? Burial? Maybe.
But somebody in my chat group complained I didn't know that my username would show up like that in the chat. So
Okay.
might be him.
It might be. Nice. Nice. Well, good that Peter's getting some support. Maybe here's some support for Dan. For Hercules Painting.
All right,
Anybody out
I'll
there?
support Dan. Let's go, Dan.
Let's go, Dan.
Let's go, Deathwing. How did the combat with Be'lakor go, guys?
I killed one Terminator and he did 5 wounds on me.
I mean, it's
Seems
pretty
like a fair
It's
trade.
Pretty fair. Pretty fair.
One Terminator for 5 wounds on Be'lakor.
It's pretty fair. Oh,
You
Shap.
lovely man.
Oh, you lovely man. chap coming in with the chocolate. I do love a Vega bar.
What is a vegan bar?
It's vegan chocolate. It is delicious.
And it's allowed to be called chocolate then?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's only Dutch people that complain about vegan things. But, oh, you can't call this milk. People might get confused.
Beckers is fighting back.
No. Well, I'm not surprised actually. He still had a Baden. He still had a few knights and his flamers. and
For
his
those
demonettes.
of you who didn't catch that, Dean just came over and told us that Beckers is
Thomas Beckers
is
fighting back against Dusty Justy's Votan.
yeah, clawing his way back into the
But
game.
that's the thing, isn't it? That Votan are actually, they're not super survivable. No reroll wounds and -1 AP is not pleasant, but you know, when a Baden just does 9 mortal wounds, he doesn't care.
Nope.
And anything above, I think, -3 AP. No, yeah, -3 or -4, which I can't remember. I think the bikes have a 4-up save. So -4 with their pseudo armor of contempt just goes straight through.
Yep.
So if a Baden gets in, he just kills those bikes.
Yeah, he will.
Splat, splat, splat. And don't forget, the knights still being there is still annoying. Like, Votan are the boogeyman at the minute, I think. But I wouldn't. I mean, I'm going to do a potential hot take /
Go.
cold take. But I think
A lukewarm take.
Votan aren't even the strongest army at the moment. You know, when they came out, there was some nerfs, and then there was a couple more little nerfs.
I always find it
They've
difficult
been
to
tweaked.
name an army the strongest army.
God.
Okay.
God.
I
the
see
god.
you're not having any difficulty with this.
It's the God.
What define strongest army then?
The God.
That's your definition of the strongest army. The guard.
I mean, they've got solid data sheets. They've got great abilities. The tanks are incredible.
I'm not
the bows are
saying
incredible.
guard
Oh, no.
isn't great.
Okay, so you want me to give you my definition of the strongest army?
I mean, using like a superlative like the strongest, it
Yeah.
means to me that sounds like it's an army that will beat anyone.
No. See, to me, the strongest army is an army that anybody can play well, but exceptional people can just win with, like, to a degree where it's you design the list well, you build it correctly, and there's a lot of depth in the codex, so you can go in different directions. They've got a lot of good data sheets. They've got a lot of good abilities. So when you put all that together, it can synergize into something spectacular. And maybe being a bit blasé because there are other armies that are also good. But to me right now, as it is, pre-FAQ, I think Guard has the strongest codex.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that's taking into account Arcs of Omen and Iron Hands and Raven Wing.
As I said in the car, as we say in Dutch, it's koffiedik kijken at the moment.
Yeah.
It's coffee thick looking.
Yep. It's hard
It's,
to see through
hard-
the coffee.
Yeah, exactly. It's difficult to see without any, solid data, without knowing what the how the games will be going, like how much of an impact the Space Marine buff exactly is going to be, etc., etc. It's I find it difficult to judge who will become top dog in the Dutch meta.
Oh yeah, boy, it sure is difficult. It sure is difficult because there's so many variables. Now, hopefully, maybe not this weekend, or maybe we'll see some data slate update tournaments this weekend. But as of next weekend, we'll get some more data about Arcs of Omen. We'll be able to have a few more practice games. Now, with the Dutch team, we did a practice game last weekend, a practice day, sorry, where we played with the updated rules of which we knew of through various leaks and such and such.
I'm playing Brian probably this Tuesday, I believe. So I'm looking forward to getting my butt whooped by a bunch of Iron Hands.
Oh yep. Oh
Yep.
yep.
Me
Yep,
and
they are
Brian,
very
as I said, like I played Gene Stealer Colts 5 years ago or something. And me and Brian would play a lot. And then back in the day, he was still playing his Deathwatch. Gene Stealer Cults into Space Marines, man. I've got some horrible but also some fond memories of those games.
I think it's a different matchup now.
It probably will be.
Gene Stealer Colt's got a lot of buffs, mostly points buffs, but also the ability to just play the mission and spam a lot of scoring bodies. I think we're in a good place. Space Marines are very powerful, but if they're unable to do that push turn, which I think they need, then they can really crumble, because at the end of the day, you know, T4 with a 3+ save with no Armor of Contempt is not the most survivable.
I get you.
Yep. Now all of a sudden AP2 is relevant, AP1's very relevant, pushing them up to a 4-up save, that 50% save rate, that's big. It's very big. And Gene Stealer Colts are able to spam quite a lot of AP1 and AP2.
Whilst we were talking here, Chris, can you give me a little peek into the scores? Because we are actually currently in round number 3.
Okay, tell me where we've got. What do we have?
I've got Peter's scores from round 2.
You got Peter's scores from round 2.
Yep. I want to know Dan's scores from round 2.
All right.
Let's start with the secondaries.
Oaths, he gets another point on, that goes up to 3. Stubborn Defiance goes up to 3.
Alright, so got 2 points there.
And Banners goes up to 2.
Alrighty.
He also got the big 8 on the primary.
The big 8. So didn't he...
Doesn't look like he did.
Okay.
Didn't look like he was.
So Dan is
Yeah,
on 16 points.
Dan did not do the pull up your undies.
Hoist up your socks.
Hoist up your socks, sorry, on on round 1, but he started it on round 2.
Hoist up your socks is, to most people, it's known as Auspex scan.
Yeah.
We know it as hoist up your
Is it
socks.
a spec scan?
That's what the
They changed the
Arcs
names
of
of them
Omen,
in Arcs, though, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah.
I think it's called Auspex scan. There's a book right there. You can look it up.
Strategic scan.
Oh, strategic scan. Sorry, everybody. Just a little tip-top pro tip.
Tip top tip.
In Arcs of Omen, it will be called Auspex scan. Or to us, hoist up your undies.
Yep. Love it. I love it. I've lost my water bottle. Not this one. I had another one. Maybe it's in my car.
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. We'll never know.
Good chat. So, anybody watching at home got any particular preferences? What would they like to see happen? Oh, the Dark Angels VP total is a little bit out of alignment there.
Here we go. It'll be fixed in a second.
Perfection. Lord of the House of Corvus, Be'lakor getting his teeth kicked in.
Yeah.
He's on his way. He's taken his first 5 wounds from some relic terminators. So we shall see what happens this turn. Grey Hunt want to see that demons win. Yeah, I understand that. There's a Blade Guard just died to, I think, Bolt of Change.
Oh, here comes Infernal Gateway. Oh, I think Peter, yeah, he rolled an 11.
So that becomes a 12, which
Meaning,
means both units take 3 mortal wounds.
Oof.
Oh. That's big.
yeah,
That's
the
a dead
dark,
Terminator and a dead
Yeah, the Dark Angel's suffering that onslaught, that psychic onslaught from the Chian's demons right now.
Oh, it's very difficult. You know, it's not pleasant. All right. Oh, I think maybe.
What do you think?
I think this is a big psychic phase for Peter.
Feels like it.
Yeah,
Feels like it.
it's picking up those units that are on Be'lakor.
Yeah, because Be'lakor only killing one Terminator in combat. It doesn't seem like a lot, but you gotta imagine that transhuman physiology keeps them, that inner circle keeps them in the fight, right?
Definitely, it's super strong. You could be strength 20, and you're still only going to be wounding on 4s against these guys.
Yep.
But now, yeah, having no defense against psychic, no defense against mortal wounds, yeah, it's big. You busy making the old lightning rain scene again?
How did you know? How did you know there was going to be lightning and rain?
It's just an educated guess, I think. Time V, greetings from the top of the world. Obviously, when I said go Joshua, I meant go Peter. Are you sure, Martin? Because I actually went and told Joshua that you said you were cheering for him. Shall I go and tell him that you're not cheering for him now? Would you like that, Martin? I think that's it. Psychic phase.
Yeah, we're going into the shooting now.
Yeah.
But from the looks of it, 4 of the Blade Guard died and a couple of the Terminators as well.
Yeah. It's alright. I mean, Dan's still got his big block of Terminators. He's still got
definitely.
Still got a lot of combat potential.
And I gotta say, Peter did now move into charge range of those Terminators, because
Interesting
it's a
enough,
little bit difficult to see
I think,
from the top view, but there's just a whole bunch of Terminators in this building right here.
Yeah. If you can get those Terminators into that Lord of Change in the middle, or even just start clearing up those pinks on that back objective,
Yep.
we could really start denying Peter some points here.
Yep.
Shooting's not going to do much against the Siege. As we said before,
Peter was the first person ever to trade me a dice back when I was 19.
Wow.
That's great.
You've been playing since 1934? That's crazy. Martin, or Jim Martin, as we lovingly know him. Solid guy. Been playing Space Marines recently. He was playing Blood Angels for a while before that, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for staying in chat, guys. It's good to have you all here with us on this Sunday morning. I was 29 now. Thanks for getting my name right this time, Martin.
Getting old, getting old.
We'll see your passage of time. Oh. I'm thankful for this chocolate bar.
I am as well.
Very tasty. that one wound from Be'lakor?
Yeah, the
Transhuman.
From
We were just saying about the transhuman. Yeah, it's big. Did the Dark Angels just win that combat?
he did 2 wounds, I did 3, so... It wasn't 2 wounds, so it's
Oh, it's a draw. We call it a draw. You sound like the Black Knight from Monty Python. Oh, perfect. Here we go, Grey Hunt. Played my first game against Peter back at the end of 8th edition. Oh, nice. Only time you won against him. What army are you playing, Grey Hunt? I'm assuming by the name Space Wolves. They're Grey Hunters, aren't they?
Some of them are. Some of them are Blood Claws, some of them are Sky Claws.
Is it Grey
Swift
Hunter
Claws.
the one with the last cannon ones?
No, those are Long Fangs.
Okay.
Grey Hunters are basically your average boys, like the actual trained Space Marines.
Okay,
And
yeah.
the weird thing always to me is that, well, not weird, but like because Scouts are a specialized thing for Space Wolves.
Yeah.
The Scouts for normal Space Marine chapters are the Initiates,
Yeah.
and with Space Wolves are actually veterans. They're like Long Fangs who chose to be like veterans who chose to be Scouts rather than Long Fangs or Wolf Guard or whatever.
Well, that sounds not confusing at all.
It is not. No.
Martine, good luck on the slopes. Pull some sweet 360 flips and stuff.
Flip flops.
Yeah. Lord of the House of Corvus. I don't think I played. Now, do you think the Lord of the House of Corvus, do you think they play Death Watch with the Corvus Black Star or
Raven Guard.
Raven Guard?
My guess is gonna be what we said at the beginning of stream.
None
Death
of
Watch.
none of the above.
It's a flyer.
Yeah.
We've got a flyer
Flyer.
in stream.
Let us know, guys. Let us know what armies you play.
Currently. And what's your favorite faction?
Or previously, whatever you want. Grey Hunt here. Played Ultramarines and the Orcs. The 9th edition Codex was boring. The Orcs 9th edition Codex was boring. It was horrific when people played all those stupid squig buggies. And by people, I mean Ruben.
I only played 3.
Then Custodes. Yeah, Custodes. They did nerf Custodes a little bit. And those Custodes did get hit. Imperial Knights. Oh, Leagues of Votan now. Wow, you got a bit of everything. Fingers in many pies, but no Space Wolves, which is surprising to me. Maybe that can be the next army. You know what they say? Grey Hunt, new year, new army. Pick up a box of Grey Hunters.
Pick up a box of Grey Hunters. Do it now.
Lord of the House of Corvex, Sautek Necrons. Wow, we are not doing well at guessing people's armies today.
We're doing great. We're doing a great job.
What's Sautek? I only know of one Necrons dynasty, and that's Pre-Game Move and Obsec.
Sautek is
I know Nealak. Nealak is Obsec and -1 AP. Sazarek is the one with...
my name is older than my time in 40k.
Nice.
Yeah, so Sautek are Necrons.
Are they?
but,
Okay.
Are Necrons. I don't know. I have no idea. I
Did they
haven't
wake
got
up on a
this
tomb world?
perhaps. Yes.
Are they made of metal?
Maybe.
Do they use canoptex to repair themselves?
They could.
Oh. All right. Do they have a very solid hierarchy with which only the uppermost members of the hierarchy are actually
Sentient?
sentient? And it drops in sentience depending on the level, down to like the lowliest warrior who barely understands happiness and joy.
Sounds
Just
about
lives
right.
a miserable, dark, dreary life.
18-inch rapid fire and reroll filled morale.
All right, spicy. Sounds
So
like
yes.
fun. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
All of the above.
Yep.
What you just
I love it. Do they have like a special?
They do have a special.
Wait, how's your father? I was going to say, do they have like a special color scheme? Do they have like a cool?
Of course they do. I don't know what it is, but of course they do.
I mean, I can't really tell the difference between Necrons, honestly. I know they're all metal. I have
whose
read.
fault is that?
Do you know what I read recently?
Tell me.
The Twice Dead King.
The twice dead king.
That
Is
is
that about Bill?
Yeah, Bill the Necron Lord.
I mean, Bill the Silent King. Willem de Zwijger.
No, it's not actually. It's about this guy on some far-flung world. Sorry, and he gets kicked out and blah blah blah. Stuff happens. Anyway, very good. I would actually recommend it. It made me feel some form of empathy towards Necrons.
Oh.
Very good book. Very good book. The second one was less good, but the first one was very good.
We are now seeing the Dark Angels move out.
Oh, it's coming. It's a coming.
Is it coming home? Is it coming home?
It's coming home.
No, it isn't.
Nope.
Sorry.
So, I was playing the other day against Iron Hands, and I found out that the Scout Speeders, the Storm Speeders, or whatever they are, they have a weapon skill of 3+.
All right.
And when they have the exploding sixes thing, 2 speeders killed 2 of my screamers in combat.
How did they get exploding sixes?
It's the
Whirlwind of
Whirlwind of Rage.
Oh, the successor chapter.
The successor chapter, yes.
Right.
Iron Hand successors.
Yeah,
They took Whirlwind of Rage. So yeah.
Wait,
It
the
was-
Storm Speeders have a weapon skill of 3+?
I don't know if the ones that hold scouts inside.
It's
Weapons,
Yeah.
weapons. Yeah, that's it. Land Speeder Storm. They have weapon skill of 3+.
How many attacks?
3 each.
Yeah, 4 of it.
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
yeah, I
sure.
think that's the same for regular Land Speeders,
But
actually.
I didn't even charge them.
Attacks.
I didn't even charge them. I tagged them. So he just had 3 attacks each. 3 hits becomes 4 hits with 6s.
Yeah.
So it was like 8 hits overall. And then he wounded them all. And I'm like, oh, I've got 6 up saves. Oh, well, that's 2 dead screamers.
All right. Didn't see that one coming. Good to know.
Yeah, that was a funny moment for me. Yeah.
Peter, do you still have anything in Deep Strike? No, right?
No, I don't.
But you can teleport stuff across the
I
board.
can teleport across the board with the stratagem or with the power.
Yeah.
Stratagem is sync characters. And
Dan
the power
is,
is any infantry.
Yeah, so Dan is just making sure that he zones out his backfield, doing a good job of it.
well.
Yeah. Trying.
really
Well, he's doing a good job.
Should we try and get some gimbal cam?
Let's do it.
Do you want to do it?
I'll do it.
You do it.
I'll do it.
Nee, ik ben bang voor de statistieken. En die zijn niet in mijn voordeel dan. Nee, kijken of dit goede is. Ook wat, ja, duurt mee duurt.
You take it for Imhotep and Old Man Zandrak. I don't know who Zandrak is, but Imhotep the Stormlord, he's the guy that just does rando mortal wounds, right? At the end of the movement phase.
One unit and it explodes, kind of like Inferno Gateway one time.
Yeah, that was really good.
Another Necron character.
And Zandrak is another. Cool, good description right there. I think you nailed that. Are we connected?
Search for access points.
Wait, just wait for it. It says connecting at the top, right? Yeah, so just wait for that.
Pairing connection, yeah, should be connected.
Yeah, we're opening. This is a very professional operation here today, folks. Almost as professional as yesterday was. Wait for it. We're going to keep with you the overhead cam, and we should be good to go. You balanced? You ready? You're not ready? No? The gimbal was turned off. Oh! It's on now. All right. Just let me know when you're ready. Give me a thumbs up when you're in position. All right. We're just going over to the gimbal cam. We're live from the gimbal cam. A little bit out of focus on the pinks, but there we go. See this wonderful terrain again. It's really, really nice, yeah. We are limited by the Wi-Fi. That's why it's a little bit jerky, but hopefully this gives you an idea of what's going on the battlefield. Peter's got two units of pinks holding his backfield objective, knowing that they're screened by his big boys. Mostly screened from combat, and they're screened from shooting by having a 3-up save. So it's a very good board position as it looks like for the demons now. I wouldn't count Dan out. This transhuman is big. If he can deal with some of these mortal wounds, I think we'll be in a good position. There's all the Deathwing Terminators with their transhuman. There's a load of blue horrors in front of them, screening them off from charging. There's a big old Lord of Change, a unit of Flamers in the middle. It's funny, I was speaking to Peter yesterday actually, and he was saying this is probably the worst army he's painted. He's a very meticulous painter. If anyone's seen his Necron armies, I think they'll agree he's wonderfully painted. He's not quite as happy as he could be with this. Yeah, with this paint job he's finished here. Hi everybody. This is where the magic happens. All right, Ruben's taking a wander now. So here we've got Stefan versus Rob, Space Wolves versus Necrons. Still loads of Space Wolves in the Necrons half of the board. Yep. Usually the other way around, but this looks like a strong position for the Space Wolves. Going over to the other table, this is Thomas Beckers versus Dusty Justy. We're getting a little bit jerky because the Wi-Fi is not doing too great. Those minions are in fact banners that Justy's put up. Thomas Becker's looking very thin on the ground there. Not a lot of stuff at all. I think Abaddon's gone as well. Very difficult position there. Here we have Mike, the Death Guard player. I don't know who the name of the Crimson Fist player, but the Crimson Fist, wonderfully painted. Lovely basing as well. Here we have CJ Van Dam Van Stam the man with his Drukari good stuff. Against Shores with his Blood Angels, a few Centurions, very spicy lists. This, I believe, is Mitchell versus Florian. You can see Mitchell's nicely painted Tyranids versus Florian's not so nicely painted Thousand Sons. He won't mind me saying this. We know him, we love him. He's our man Florian. It's hard to tell with this game because Tyranids need to kill a lot, and Thousand Sons tend to score quite well. Now we're coming up to Big Dick Van der Haast versus Christian. Two WTC team going head to head. The Necrons versus the Votan. Votan looks to have cleared the initial scrub and are fighting back. Here's a cool dead orc flyer / squig thing. This is the Night Off, the Paragons of Honor. Who has the most honor? I guess we'll find out after this. Again, the pitch quality is not perfect, but it's we're trying to give you an idea of what's going on around the tournament. What have we got here? One of my favourite armies, the Sisters of Battle. Lots of Zephyrin there hanging out on the top of a ruin. Looks like some characters there, some Retributors. That's a Sisters good stuff list. I'm a big fan. Big fan. Here we have some wonderfully painted models. Tau from Jazz. Really nice guy as well. Beautifully painted models here. Look at this. You may not be able to get the perfect view. And again, here's Daniel Thomason's Votan. Also wonderfully painted. He's not quite finished up. Oh, we're coming back to me. Ruben's going over again. Hello. A little bit jerky. Stay with us. I hope this doesn't give you motion sickness. There's old man Dean, T.O. in it from the bar. This is another match of the Unbeatens. We've got Ron's Tyranids versus Nicky's Death Guard. There's a Volkite Contemptor sat at the back there with a Tallyman. What's this? Looks like some Terminators and some Harlequins. That's a very recognizable Harlequin boat there. Nice. Here's the match I was talking about earlier. The ambush upon ambush Genestealer Cults versus Genestealer Cults. Cerebral match. I see Nick has some Brood Brothers in there. He's got the Lehman Russ. Whereas Leonard's gone the more traditional and pure Genestealer Cults list. Both of them, I think, have a lot of bikes. Leonard definitely has, I think, 30 bikes. Alright, moving on now. More Drukari against Blood Angels. The Nope, Space Wolves. Space Wolves, that is. Yep, Joachim Space Wolves. Here is a Stomper that's not being played. But it is a Stomper with some big old guns. Champ is the biggest and the best. All right. There's a Necron Monolith just holding that midfield objective. Some Gene Stealers. Oh, Ruben's getting us a lovely picture of underneath the table. So you know where the magic happens. Looks like a big dead pile of Tyranids there. Plowed through by the Custodes. These Custodes, good representation here, and they're performing very strong despite having poor secondaries and possibly not the best codex. There we go. More Cinch. More demons. These demons from Joshua here. Josh Content from Team USA fame. Beautifully painted by somebody. Can't remember the name of his painter. Here is Yort versus Rude. Yort's Telemon, double Telemon, still surviving against the Guard. Here I was saying before Guard was the strongest, and looks like these Custodes are walking all over him. Could be Rude's second loss of the day, of the tournament, sorry. Could very well be. Well, we saw how well Yort performed under pressure against the Necrons yesterday, so it wouldn't surprise me if he does get the win here. Yes, lots of bikes still alive, lots of Telemons still alive. I love it. I love seeing it. I love the Golden Boys. Like I said, I have a Custodes army myself, and I'm a big fan. What do we have here? This is Chaos Knights versus Votan? Or there's some sort of knight. Maybe Imperial Knights. Beautiful colour scheme, though. I like it. This is probably my favourite list. 3 Great Unclean ones. Rotigus and 2 normal Great Unclean ones. 68 wounds of toughness 9. Whoa, difficult. Cannot do. The other side of Ron's army here. I love that blue highlighting on the armor there. Very good. Both guys deep in thought, trying to maintain their unbeaten streak. And here we are coming back to the stream table. This is where the magic happens. Hello, 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 and we're going back. Goodbye. I was trying to desperately find the button. All right, well, we hope you enjoyed that and you didn't get too motion sick. We're good? We're good. All right. Splendid. I would like to get an update on the scores. Can you check on the scores, Georgie Dawes? I don't know. What turn is it? Top of 4. All right, let's have a little look at the updated scores. Dan went second. Yep. Maybe do we need to get his third round scores in? We do.
Yeah, we need all the scores.
We need all the scores. So tell me Dan's third round scores. Or tell me what his primary.
So turn 2, he had 11 on the primary.
Turn 2.
Yeah. And then turn 3, 11 as well.
Nice.
He got 2 more banner points.
2 more banners, taking his banners up to 4.
Alt is an extra 2.
So it's at 5 now?
No, sorry, 4. It's at 4, so extra 1.
It's at 4 now? Stubborn Defiance?
Currently at 6.
Currently at 6. Okay. All right. Should we put... We haven't got Peter's round 3 either. All right. 11?
No, 15.
Ooh, 15. Spicy. Secondaries. Reality Rebels.
Another 2 on banners. Oh, Reality Rebels.
Up to 9.
Sitting on 9.
Banners is 4.
Yeah, He already added 2, but I think that's for turn 4.
Yeah, and assassinate. Yeah. You killed any characters yet?
Nope.
Okay, not yet. All right. Still early. Well, so let's update the demons here. 26, 35, 39 so far. Now these are all based on our maths and live scores. So these are liable to change. So 22, 32, 35. Now based on the points right now and the fact that Dan has turn 2, we are actually looking super close in this game. Yeah, very close. Very interesting. I like it. If Dan can potentially keep his characters safe and just keep Peter to a 0 on that primary, that could be huge. I'm just saying, Ruben, that the scores are very close right now. Peter's on 39, Dan's on 35. Dan having bottom of turn. If Dan is able to keep his characters safe this turn and next turn, and keep Peter to a 0, maybe a 3, then he could pull out the win.
Yeah,
pull
and
out the W's.
I think Dan did a good job of hiding his character, or not hiding his character, but keeping his characters away from Bellicor.
Yeah.
Because he's the biggest threat, right?
Don't count the psychic, but yeah, the psychic is, he would need to spike with his targeted power to be able to kill them.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna have a look what's next to Bellicor right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Let's go have a look. I see there's a Storm Speeder Hammer Strike. Yeah. Ruben's just getting some fresh updates from the table. I'm just going to drink a bit of water for now.
Yeah, so Dan's characters are all in the bottom right corner on screen.
Yeah, so they're
5 incursors next to Bellicor.
so they're safe. If the incursors can, if Bellicor's got a choice to make here, he needs to go into those storm speeders or the incursors. Now I think the smart play is the incursors, because if those incursors get out and walk into those pink horrors will just die. It would need luck, tremendous luck, for those pink horrors to survive the incursors. Now it's because I think they have 2 attacks base each, +1 from a combat knife, and then +1 from shock assault, which I think, and now I could be wrong, I'm not a space marine, which I think could bring their total attacks to 21. If they go in hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s against these pink horrors, if there's any sort of reroll, that should be, I think, 9-10 wounds on average. Now with 6 up saves, I suppose maybe 1 or 2 survives. So maybe if they walk through, they have to try and do a little plink damage first to get them off. But I think that's what he wants. If he can get the obsec off that objective, that's where he needs to. I think this is the turn he needs to push a little bit. If Dan can get 4 on primary here and then 12 on round 5, 16 plus 22, 38 is pretty good, and then maybe 1 more strategic scan. I don't know if it's possible. Yeah, it's in a good position. Remember, this is top of turn 4. Peter's going turn 4 here. So there's not. Kind of there. We'll see how the updates are. We'll see what happens. I'm interested to see the results of this game. I will just switch spaces with Ruben quickly.
Hi guys. I am back. I am gonna try and see if I can upload one of those videos again. Chris took a couple of pictures in the room, and we tried to make another compilation out of that. Let me have a look. No. Let me have a quick looky. Files look just a little bit too big. Yeah, so the Dark Angels are being hemmed in a little bit right now, but with all the Terminators that are still left in that building, I think they should have a chance to break out as well. Yeah. Yeah, go get some updates on the bigger rounds, Chris. Let's do it.
Is it unbeaten rounds?
That's the bigger rounds, right?
I think they're all the same size.
That is true. They're all the same size. So Chris is gonna check on the unbeaten rounds, see how they are doing, and hopefully we'll get some interesting scores. I was just over there with the gimbal, and neither Justin nor Thomas Beckers had a lot left. And I think Dick and Christian are also having a tough fight. And I think the third unbeaten table is Ron. Ron versus... I forgot who Ron is playing. Let me see if I can find it. So that is Flamers picking up some Terminators. Oh, that's a Wa being called again. From across the room. Let me have a look. Oh, there we go. So Ron, who I think is also unbeaten up to this point. Where is he? He's playing Nikki. Oh, that's right. He's playing Death Guard. So that's an interesting matchup as well. It's Monster Mass Nitch versus Death Guard. I don't know how that is going. I have no idea. Maybe Chris will get us an update. What do you think, chat? Who should come out on top? Death Guard or Nids? It's behemoth Nids with a lot of monsters versus Death Guard with a lot of Plague Marines and drones. We also have a very interesting matchup between Florian and Mitchell Klein going on. And Florian, when I was over there, told me that he put in an entire Scarpical Terminator unit fully buffed with all the shots, all the psychic powers, and all the combat into a hive turn, it wasn't able to bring it down. So that's always tough when that happens. I think we are now looking. Yeah, we're seeing. I think we're seeing Be'lakor, Mr. Brutal. I'll point out the Dark Angels to you. They're hiding in the buildings. This was Lord of Change, I believe, fighting the Incursors in the building. So, Mr. Brutal. I think there's about 1 or 2 Incursors left in this building on the top right. And then most of the Dark Angels that are left are in the bottom over here. There's a Telemaster there, there's a couple of more characters, Interrogator Chaplain. Be'lakor did just manage to blow up that Storm Speeder. I think it's called the Storm Speeder. But yeah, you'd think that the Dark Angels are thin on the ground, but there's still a lot of Terminators in that building. No worries. Happy to point those out to you. And I think these are now the Incursors fighting back into the Lord of Change. Yep. Dealing a couple of wounds there. And Chris should have an update for me on the scores. Chris. He's having a chat with the TO, so he'll be right back probably. Let's have a look. Yeah, well, Dan did a good job at moving out onto the objective on the top right there, because I don't know if you can see it, but there are now some Incursors here. I mean, they won't take the objective back, but what they will make sure that they do is, if they survive the... well, they will survive Dan's turn 4, and then they'll at least make sure that Peter cannot put up another strategic scan on the objective on the top right. I am going to check for you guys what Peter scored in his turn 4, because that is an important turn, I think. Be right back. So, Peter scored another 11 on the primary in his 4th round. He had 2 banners up, so that brings his total banners to 6 points. Assassinate still at 0. He did score another 3 points on Reality Rebels, and he's looking into maxing that probably in his turn 5. I don't suppose Dan can really stop him from doing that. But yeah, he is looking at a solid total amount of victory points right now. Let's have a look. 55 to Dan's 35. However, I think Dan is scoring 4 points on his primary this turn, and probably 1 banner. But Oaths and Stubborn Defiance might just keep him in the game and tip it maybe in the last turn, because Dan did go second, so he does have the opportunity to, in his last turn, to nip some objectives off of Peter. Chris, do you have some updates for me?
Hello, everybody. I am back. Oh, hey, Petal. You didn't change the name to Video 3?
No, I still have to.
Are we live? What are we looking at? All right.
Can you tell? So Mr. Brutal, Stubborn Defiance is a Dark Angel specific secondary. I think you choose an objective outside your deployment zone. You have to hold it in consecutive rounds with one of your units. Like, you designate a unit to score that objective.
It can be any unit, can't it?
I think you have to designate a unit. And I think Dan has designated his big block of Terminators in the bottom right corner.
Well, let's do it live.
Chris is
desperately searching for it. Maybe I'm thinking of the Salamanders one. Stubborn Defiance. In your first command phase, select one objective marker not within your deployment zone. At the end of each of your command phases, if you control that objective marker and a Dark Angels unit from your army with the objective secured ability is in range of it, score a number of victory points based on the consecutive number of your command phases you control that objective marker for. So it doesn't have to be a designated unit. It just has to be Dark Angels with OBSEC, which is that big block of Terminators.
Hey ho, let's go. And the points that you score for it increase per turn that you scored consecutively?
Yeah, so if you consecutively hold it for 1 turn, it's 1 point. For 2 turns, it's 2 points. For 3 turns, it's 3 points. And I feel like he's consecutively held it. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he holds it again, it'll go to 10. And then the last round will be 15. If he continues to hold it. Spicy.
Spicy.
Spicy and spicy. So updates from around the field. Thomas Beckers is fighting back, but Abaddon does not like the mole launchers giving him half move.
I can imagine.
He does not like that one bit.
See, we were talking about this yesterday, weren't we?
We
were asking ourselves,
the mole launchers.
why would you include the mole launchers?
Yep.
There you have it.
To give Abaddon half move. He's also charging the Hecaton land fortresses with his flamers.
Oh, that's plural.
Because it makes them... Because the flamers have a 3-up save against ranged attacks and they're multi-wound, it means they can tie up a land fortress for much longer than most other units, especially a knight. Rob is fighting back against Stefan's Space Wolves. The boys in blue are really pushing hard. I don't think Rob's got out of his table half yet. The Silent King is still alive on 5. It has not exploded yet. Yet. Dick is pushing very hard against Christian. In my opinion, I think it's Christian's game to lose, though. He's still got a lot on the board, and Dick is losing his army very quickly. Dick's top of turn 2. Christian went second. All he has to do is just kill as much as quickly as possible.
It's the name of the game against
Necrons.
Necrons.
Against Necrons. He's killed a unit of Scorpax, a unit of Wraiths, the unit of Locust Destroyers. All of that died in Christian's turn 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
Dick,
brutal.
Dick is still in it. He's still got a load of Scarabs, another unit of Scorpex, and some Bikes. He's still pushing hard. Florian, struggling against Mitchell.
Yeah, he told me as well.
Struggling against Mitchell.
I think he had a bad run trying to kill a Hive Tyrant.
Yep. Can't kill the Hive Tyrant. And I was there when he tried to roll his re-roll thing for the litany for the Infernal Master.
Yeah.
And he rolled a 2 and it
Well, of
didn't
course.
go off. And at that point I had to leave because there's only so much bad luck you can watch from the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Mitchell's just playing it very well, and Florian's just struggling to chew through. You know, there's always a little bit of luck in a dice game.
Yeah, fair
you
enough.
can't take that out of it. Ron is doing well against Nicky.
All right, good. Yeah.
Go-
Yeah, I was wondering how that matchup was going.
Getting second turn with his Behemoth Nids is very good.
Yeah.
The Exoqueen able to just pick up Plague Marines for free.
Yep.
Very, very good. Of course, they get a 6-up save, with Armor of Contempt, but
Sure.
not super great.
It's not something you can rely on, right?
super great, no.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's gone very interesting.
I'm gonna play you our impression of like a collection of pictures we took to give you guys an impression of the round and how it's going.
Yep.
Prepare yourselves for some rain and lightning. Yep.
Thunderstruck.
Oh, it's doing the thing again, where it's
Oh yeah, it's not the full screen.
sucks.
Oh, that sucks.
Well,
All right.
I hope you guys still enjoy it.
It's like 75% of the screen.
Hey ho.
Look at this. Look at that. Oh, that bass. I love it.
That's Mitchell's Carnifex.
I know. I took the picture.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just saying that for the
Excellent
people watching.
photography. There's so a load of Blood Angels. That was the Custodians versus Sisters game. There was Sacrosanct and Repentia in the middle against a big block of custodian guard, janitorial warriors as I call them.
Janitorial warriors.
Yep. Yep.
So we are now in Peter's turn 5 from the looks of it. And
Do we need updates for turn 4?
yeah, if you can get me the updates on Dan's turn 4. Because this is the turn that Peter will have to get some points out on.
We ready?
On Assassinate, because this is his last turn.
You're not
so
going to assassinate. He needs to kill some
he
characters
needs
now.
to
And
kill
if he
some
doesn't,
characters. Yep.
it's big for Dan.
Let me have a look. Let's start with the secondaries for Dan. So,
Oaths is still on 4.
still on 4. Okay.
Still on 4.
All right.
I guess he had to fall back. I guess he didn't kill stuff. So this is what it is. Stubborn Defiance, Big 10.
Big 10. Oh,
That's
sorry.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, Banners is 5.
Okay, so as I thought, he managed to hold on to that one
Yes, I
point
would.
advantage. Okay, starting to finals in 10.
That
Is big.
okay.
Like,
That's good.
uh,
I think it
if,
means
if he can hold on to that objective one turn longer, he'll get
15
15 points on that. That's
which
great.
is spicy. His primary, he got 4 points,
Right.
as kind of expected for this
Yep.
bottom one here,
Yep.
which is good enough. It's nice enough.
So, that is
22, 25, 30, 40, 4.
44. Yeah, so we are looking at a
Should we-
44 to 55.
Do you want to
in
put
the,
Peter's primary in now?
Yeah, let's.
It's coming in live, folks. Peter got 12 on the primary in turn 5.
Yeah, and I mentioned to the guys on stream that what Dan did in a quite smart way is he has 2 of those incursions left in the top right objective,
Oh, nice.
meaning that Peter cannot do the Auspex scan or strategic scan there.
Yeah, very good
that's,
play
That's
there.
big brain plays.
Good play. So yeah, this takes Peter's primary up to the big 45.
Yep.
Reality Rebels, I think this turn is going to be 4.
Yeah, I cannot see him not maxing that, right? Because he's already on 12.
He's already on 12. Yeah, that's gonna be a max. Banners.
Should we update that now?
Let's put Reality Rebels to 15.
Yeah, because there's no way he's not maxing that, right?
Yeah, he's definitely getting the back 3 and probably
Yeah.
the top right corner.
Right. So going up to 15 there.
Banners, he's currently got it on 8, and I imagine he's going to get 2 or 3 more at the end of the game, maybe 4 more at the end of the game.
He's currently got it on.
But let's
8. Okay,
wait
so-
for Banners till
Yeah,
the end of
let's
the
wait
game.
for
We'll update
Banners.
that one. So it's just Banners and Assassinate for Peter.
So with Reality Rebels and the primary, he's now sitting on 70,
Now we still
and it's waiting to see how many banner points and assassination points he'll get.
potential for Assassinate.
Yep.
Still a potential.
because the thing is, what is a little bit dangerous about trying to go for that assassinate, right? He will probably have to do it with his characters as well. But
Well, I think
losing one of those characters is also giving Dan a lot of Oath of the Moments points.
Definitely. Yep. If Dan can pick up the big 4
Yep.
in the final turn, that'll be pretty spicy. He does have. I don't know if you can see. Do you want to circle this?
Yep.
That's his Talon Master.
Yeah, because there is a Talon Master all the way on the bottom here, on the bottom right. But
But Be'lakor and the Lord of Change have already moved.
yeah,
He did move the ruin and do a little measure to see if he could get a character in there, but he couldn't. So I think that Talon Master is actually safe for now.
yeah. There's not a lot of shooting that is threatening him.
No, he's got a lot of pinks
Yeah.
and flamers, but I don't think they can get there.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think they can get, and if he charges those pinks into those Terminators, they're just gonna die.
Yeah, and again, Dan did a good job of he's using those servitors well to zone out the deep strike of potential characters, but also to pick up smites from Be'lakor and
Very smart. Very smart.
and the big bird.
Good play, because he could have just left them behind that building, but having, as you say, having them visible uses.
Yep, makes
picks
him
up
a
the
shield
smite.
for smite.
Definitely, love it. We are still in Peter's movement phase, though. We're going to be going into the psychic phase next. We'll see what happens. I think it is unlikely that we see an assassinate.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's unlikely that we see an assassinate. This is why I don't like, personally, it's why I don't like taking secondaries that my opponent can interact with. Like
From
your
a competitive
assassinates,
point of view, I
like,
get you. And
psychic interrogations, like stuff like that, because giving them the option to just say, you know what, I'm not going to play with these characters, I don't like it.
Oh,
So I personally, in this matchup, would have taken Warp Ritual.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. I mean,
It's only potential of 12, so potential of less points.
sure, but you don't have to do it 3 times,
You
right?
have to do it 3 times, and it's
Yeah.
safer. I love Warp Ritual. I've spoken to you about it, even when you were playing Tyranids. I spoke to you about how much I loved Warp Ritual.
It really also depends on your kind of playstyle, right? Because
true.
with my Tyranids, I always preferred Psychic Interrogation
Yep.
over Warp Ritual. Because you can max it, and Tyranids, it's kind of one of those armies you don't really want to sit in the middle if the terrain doesn't help you out there.
True.
So
Would you take Psychic Interrogation with the new Tyranids? And the new Psychic Interrogation?
no.
You think that's a good buff
No.
for you there, buddy?
No. No, having to have line of sight on characters really kills Psychic Interrogation. Because
You had 6 months of not having to have line of sight. That's nice enough for you.
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, I'm not complaining. I moved away from Tyranid, so I don't care. I moved away from Psychic. No, it's but yeah, for instance, an army like Tyranids, which is sort of banking on those psychic secondaries as well, having to have line of sight for Psychic Interrogation is a big blow. Because, I mean, if you look at this matchup, for instance, the characters can just sit behind buildings, so you won't see them for the entire game.
Yep.
So that means that Psychic Interrogation is just a no-no. It just became a big no-no.
Oh, yes.
And there's just so many armies that can choose not to play with their characters, right?
Look at this. Peter has moved his pink horrors onto this objective.
I get that.
I think to deny
Stubborn Defiance, maybe?
Defiance.
Yep.
What's he moving that? Is that the Exalted Flamer, I think?
It is, yeah.
Maybe he's also just going to try and pop some shots off onto these Terminators. Just try and plink them down a little bit.
Could do.
Even if he kills one, it's going to reduce the potential out punchback. And he's
Yeah.
also screening him getting into the middle for that Oaths.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, Peter's doing a great job of screening here. As you see, I don't know if you want to draw a line like that and a line like that. For those at home watching. So you've got this first line of screens right here and a second line of screens behind them, really blocking off any access to that center objective.
Yep. Because the only units he has to potentially threaten Peter's control over those objectives are sitting in that building on the bottom right.
Yeah, so he's got the guy on the bike, the apothecary, who's potentially fast enough, but he won't be able to get past any of this stuff.
Nope.
and he can't move through walls. He's got his Talemaster way back in the back corner, as we showed before.
Yes.
And even with his 14 or 16-inch move, that's not enough to get up there. So sure, he's going to come in and get some points here, but I think Peter's doing his damn best to try and keep Dan to a 4-point primary on round 5. And then 1 point for Oath of Moment, I assume, for not falling back.
Dean just came over. He was looking very surprised at the board and asking down, where's the stuff? Yeah, I think Peter's doing a good job of closing out this game.
Yeah. So what he did very smartly is he smited away the screen of the servitors, and then he used the shrouded step power to teleport his flamers to get shots onto that lone Talemaster who's not character protected at the back.
Yeah, that's a potential 3 points for Assassinate right there.
Yep. There's 6 flamers there, yeah. I think they are only strength 5 at the minute, so they'll be wounding them on 5s unless he can get the +1 to wound spell off.
Yep. I think one of the reasons Peter might have also moved that Exalted Flamer over. Well, no. I was thinking maybe Reality Rebels in the bottom right corner, but I think that's stretching it a bit, right? Because there's too many Terminators and characters in the bottom right corner for Peter to really go for Reality Rebels there.
Yeah, I think he has 4 characters there,
Yeah.
or 5 characters even, and his Terminators. So that's 6 units. I don't think that he can get 6 units in there.
Well, I think Justy might be done with his game because he is now watching Christian and Dick. Could you go and check if he see what the result was?
Let's get a hot take.
A hot take. So Chris is now having a look to see if Justy and Thomas cleaned up their game.
Statistisch gezien natuurlijk. Ja, doe je niks over.
And I think Peter's gamble didn't pay off. No. 2 wounds left on the Telemaster. Just the 1. It happens, man. It happens. So I think means we won't be seeing any tallies on the assassination score for Peter there. However, I'm not too sure if that's that matters too much for the final score.
kunnen nergens heen eigenlijk. Ketplan. Litany. Nee, daar gaat het mis. Welke? Wat zijn de ministers van de grappies? 2 attacks, 4 attacks, 4 virus.
So Dan is now checking for a couple of stats on Peter's models to see what his best play is in his last turn.
Die flame 5 en de heavy 6. Kijk, deze keer heeft een 5, dus een first pass en 6 in combat. En de flame ook een 6. Elke een van de 2 man moet je erop laten met. Wat ik kan doen is die even om in de buik te doen. Nee, je mag er niet laten zitten. Binnen is voor mij. Nee, dat maakt niet uit. Niet in het iets van tenzij fire, maar gewoon niet in het iets van mij bewegen. Dus. Dan moet ik wel risico nemen.
Yeah, Dan is now realizing that he needs to take some risks in order to stay in this game.
Voor mij is er een beurt bij, ja? Nee. Ja, beurt 2 volgens mij. Nee, beurt 2 valt hem ook. Ja, dat is volgens mij beurt 3 of 4 keer met die redactie niet zo. Doe het terug. Dan maak je volgende niveaus en dan kon je daarin voor zonder weten. Precies. Oké. Dat is de charge. Double charge. Ja, dan ga je steeds de derde stream.
Blinded.
Yeah, I know.
Peter's brilliant. Just blinded.
No. Let them do it.
Okay, where are we? Where are we? What's this? What is this?
What is this? We are in Amersfoort.
So let me tell you. Justy beat Thomas Becker's 20-0. If WCC scores, it's 100 to 47 in GW scores. Big games. Rob is fighting back really hard against the Space Wolves. He's doing a very good job.
All right, I like it.
He's taken almost all of the objectives, I think.
Yeah.
Those Scarabs just proving gold. Florian finally killed Mitchell's Hive Tyrant.
Huzzah!
He spent 2 CP for +1 to wound when the Hive Tyrant was on 2 wounds left, and it still came down to the last feel no pain.
Okay.
So it's pretty spicy. Dick is turning the screw on Christian. Christian is killing his stuff at a rate of knots, but Dick, with the neck ones, is just able to score and just tag him into his home field.
What they do.
Yep. Christian took banners, which is currently at 0 because Dick was just able to get there. That's Tom Roxy's.
Yeah, that's not mine.
So yeah, interesting scores in there. I still think it's Christian's game to lose.
Okay.
But if he runs out of infantry altogether,
Yeah.
because like I say, everything he touches, everything he looks at just dies.
Fair enough.
But he's only got so much, And Dick has a lot of, as we've gone over before, he has a lot of those chaff units which you can use to target.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's and they're all OBSEC,
Right.
which is horrible. So it's I think the tide is turning towards Dick. I think Christian didn't quite kill it enough
Okay.
in his turn 2. They failed, I think, a 6-inch charge with Uthar into a character on an objective. I don't know whether that will come back to bite him or not.
No, fair. I mean, that does mean moving. Like, if Dick would win this, he would be the guy to beat, right?
Yeah.
Because we then would have Dick, who's unbeaten, and either the winner, like either Ron or Nicky, whoever
or
wins
Nicky,
that game, and
yeah.
that's it.
Yes.
So we have 2 unbeaten boys.
Thomas Beckers was unbeaten, but he's just been beaten.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be down to 2 unbeaten people after this
Yeah.
round. Crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. Which means there's potential to have round 6 with somebody not even Everybody could have lost a game potentially.
At the end of the entire thing, yeah. So then,
Exactly. Yeah.
So then it would come down to points.
Yeah.
See who does that
And
best.
you know what they say? Points mean prizes.
Points mean prizes indeed. I think then players like Justin or Root or
Well, I
even
don't
Thomas.
think Wood's looking a bit on the ropes against yours.
Yeah, it's a tough game.
Tough game.
Tough game, definitely.
Those custodies, those
I mean,
4-up saves, man.
Yeah,
Just roll 4s.
yeah. But whoever comes out on top, like in round 6, let's theoretically, if Dick continues to, or like either Ron or Nikki, whoever wins round 5, I can imagine that like players like Christian or Justy or even Jort, if he wins against Root, like anyone who's got one loss up to that point wants that final game against the unbeaten one, right?
Definitely. They will be paired down, I think, against the person with the highest score.
Yeah, Chippy, because they're using a Swiss system.
So we don't know who that is. My guess is Justy.
Yep.
That's just off the top of my head because I know his score, despite him losing a game, his scores have been consistently high.
Yeah. I don't know what he scored against his in his game against Christian in the game that he lost.
60 points or something?
Oh, still 60 points?
Yeah, he's still
That's
scored
a lot. We are seeing the final plays of this game, though.
Yeah, this is Dan's final turn.
Yep.
Was he able to keep Peter to a 0?
He was, yeah. The Flamers...
Secondaries, because usually I need all powers. So then I had twice, and I also had 0 on the weapons or second navigation. No, it's I guess it's true. Yeah, I rolled a lot of hits, like 43, 42, 41, something like that. And I rolled 40 units, and I made a slight error. I forgot because those were strength, Carlos, and before teleporting, so there was strength 5 and stuff in 6.
Yeah, chat, let us know. Who do you expect to see unbeaten in round 6? Because it will be either Dick or Christian, and either Ron or Nikki. Like, one of those 4 players still has a chance to come up, or one of those players will come up in round 6 as unbeaten. Who do you think it will be? So it's Necrons, Votan, Death Guard, or Tyranids. Keep in mind, we're playing Nephilim data, so no data slate in place, no point updates.
But you are joined today by our wonderful hosts, Ruben and Panda.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry to interrupt you.
No worries. I was just asking chat who they think will...
Win the Dutch Masters?
No, well, that of course.
Win the Dutch DTC? Yeah.
No, but who will see?
Win the-
Who will see in round 6 is the unbeaten player? Because it's either Christian, Dick, Nikki, or Ron, right?
Yep.
It's
Those are
either
the
one of
guys.
those 4. So either Necrons, Votan, Nids, or Death Guard.
Imagine if we see a draw in round 5.
That'd be great. Well, then we'd
Imagine.
still have an unbeaten player.
2
but then we'd
unbeaten
2
players.
unbeaten players.
I love it. The tension is palpable.
Palpable.
Interesting. Peter has many banners up.
Many a banner.
I think probably 3, 2. Wait, does he only have 2 banners up?
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of banners up, but I imagine that the top right corner does now.
These 2 have banners on, the 2 objectives on the left-hand side of your screen.
Did he forget to put banners
I
up
just
in
don't
this
think he
one?
was able to. I think the other
So
units
there's a
were
banner
doing
up here
stuff.
and here.
Yeah.
But why didn't he put up a banner here?
Yeah,
Because I
don't
know
know.
that there were 2 incursions left, but banners you can now
If
put
you
up-
control it,
Yeah, if you
yeah.
control it. And
I don't know.
like this was a possibility as well, I think.
Maybe he needed to advance.
There
maybe
I
he
can
needed to
imagine that
shoot.
this unit needed to advance. Like this
get
unit
the
need,
screen.
yeah, to get a proper screen off, or maybe he wanted to shoot into the Terminator to sort of mitigate the amount of models that Dan was able to push back with. I can imagine that happened.
Yep.
But on this top right objective, like I cannot really. I'm not quite sure why he wouldn't put a banner up there.
I don't know.
Maybe he had to advance that unit as well,
Maybe he's only got 2 markers. Maybe he did put it up.
because as you can see,
It's only the
there
ones on the left of the
there
mark.
is now a large screen over here.
He
that's
really
just-
doesn't want Dan getting into the middle of the board.
Which I can imagine, because that is a lot of points
Oates
on
is 2
Oates.
points. But he does still have his jump chaplain,
Yeah.
who would just murder those guys in the middle. So if I was him, I'd launch that jump chaplain into the middle.
That might actually be. Isn't that this guy right here? Isn't this the jump captain?
Could be.
Or chaplain, rather.
It is the jump chaplain.
Yeah, that is the jump chaplain. 1 wound left. Oof! Oh, he charged into the flamer. Oh, he's going for oaths there. Right, yeah. Oh, Greyhound is paying more attention than we were. So, yeah, he's... Yeah.
Smart.
Sorry guys, sometimes we miss a couple of things on stream because there's a lot of stuff we need to keep track of over here. We're doing our best, but thanks Greyhound for helping us out there.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so the chaplain took, he's got 1 wound left because he took a lot of wounds in Overwatch, charging that Exalted Flamer.
Yeah.
Dan's plan there is to
What he
get
needs
some
to do, I
oath
think,
points in.
If he consolidates around, or piles in around, and then consolidates, he's able to get it, because he will definitely kill this guy in combat.
Yeah,
There
he should.
is
I mean, he should.
Very little doubt in that.
Looks like Ron's done as well.
Oh, shall I get a...
Yeah, get a heads up. Yeah, so Dan was able to clear the home field objective, and not quite sure. Dan, how is there a strategy pool to move these guys all the way up there?
Yeah, it's a litany for +2 charge.
Yeah.
And 6-inch power in, 6-inch consolidate.
Oh, great.
Gives
Okay.
them a lot of movement.
Yep. And so he popped a litany on those Terminators, allowing them to do +2 movement and also +6 on their pylons and consolidates, and that's how he got them on that bottom left objective. It's a great play. How are Votan doing on the tournament? Well, Greyhound, I think they're doing great. We have 4 Votan players on the tournament, one of which is Christian, who is currently undefeated and is now facing Dick van der Harst. It's a really tough game, and they're still gaming. I think they're in round 3 or 4 at the moment. Still got half an hour left or so. Then we have Justy, who has gone 3-1 so far. We have David and Daniel. I'm not 100% sure what their track record is at the moment, but I think Votan are they're doing a good showing this weekend.
Oh, definitely.
So,
Okay, so just spoke to Ron and his opponent Nicky. Now Nicky was basically stuck with having to take a game plan of going for grind and bring it down.
oof, that's not great against Nits.
Yeah.
I mean, bring it down, fine,
Yeah.
but grind seems.
Because he was trying to play KG with his Plague Marines and his Rhinos and stuff, and he was struggling. I think they both knew it, but they both had a good game. So Ron's going in with that 4-0 at the moment with his Behemoth. Yeah, I unplugged that so that the camera could connect because it's over Wi-Fi. So yeah, it's looking like it's going to be Ron versus either Dick or Christian. Now I don't know whether Christian's been able to kill any more of Dick's stuff fast enough.
We'll have to
Do you
wait and
want to
see.
go have a look at that? Or should we, no, let's see what's going on.
Yeah, I
This
think
is-
these guys are about to.
This is
close
wrapping
up
up.
the game. Dan did a cool play. He
Tell me.
so he put a litany on his Terminators,
Yeah.
allowing them to have a 6-inch pile in. So he charged these horrors,
Yeah.
these pinks,
Yeah.
And of course, killed them.
Yeah.
With Terminators, and then piled all the way up here.
Oh, that's
to
a nice
snag
play.
that objective.
That's a
I think
nice
that's a nice play. I don't think it will get him enough points.
We'll give him the 12. It gets him the 8, I
Gets
think.
him the 8, yeah.
And Oaths is he killed a character for 1. He's
Yep.
in the centre for 2, so that's at least 3. And I don't think he fell back with anyone, so it should be the big 4
Is
for
he
Oaths.
close enough to the character or in the center though?
Yeah, it's a 6 inches.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. That's close enough.
I think so, but we'll see. The
Are you
players are
gonna-
totting up the scores. And then once they've topped up, we'll get the final scores for you on here.
Yep.
And then we'll try and grab both the players for a quick interview to see how it goes, to see how the game went.
Look at that. Ron is now eyeing up how the game between Dick and
Yeah.
Christian is going
Well,
to see
Ron's
who
just,
will
just creeping over.
who will be my round 5 opponent.
Yeah, yeah. I spoke to him and he was saying he really hopes for Dick. Because
I can imagine that.
on paper, his matchup into Necrons is maybe a 15-5, whereas against the Votown, it's probably a 5-15. Now, that's WCC scoring, so that
Yeah.
it's
I
probably
mean-
like a 25-30 point differential
Yeah.
there. Either way.
The thing is with the Necrons for the Tyranids, I believe, you have to be able to kill enough. And what I might see as being tricky for Ron there is to get those angles, right? To get those lines of sight.
Yeah, the
So-
table is going to be very important.
Table is going to be very important.
Yeah.
Because what mission are you playing next?
Good question. Let me just check.
Calculating, calibrating. We will be playing Tear Down Their Icons.
Oh, that's the bomb one.
That is the
The
bomb.
bomb, that's my second favorite mission.
Is it? All right, we've got a score, guys.
63 for Dan and 69 for mine. Without painting. Without painting, so 10 each additional.
Yep. Wait, Peter, did you say 69 for you without painting?
Without painting, yes. So 79 and 73.
We had you on 70 at the end of your round 4.
With painting. This is
Without. We're not counting painting.
73, 79 with painting. So I have 9 for the banners
9 for banners.
and 4 matched primary.
Oh, wait, okay. Yeah, sorry.
already added-
Yeah, we just counted the...
added stuff on.
Okay. Yeah, so we made a calculation error because we just counted all the primary, added all those up, and of course there's a max of 45.
Of course there is.
Of course it is. So Peter is on 69, which is the best score, of course.
Nice.
Giggity goo.
Dan on 63, another close game
63,
on stream.
yeah, definitely.
We're doing all right with these
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
aren't we? Picking okay.
So Oates for Dan is...
He didn't get the full 4. His chaplain wasn't able to make it.
Yeah, I thought so.
Just a fraction out.
Yeah.
A fraction out.
So that's 6 in total?
7 in total.
7 in total.
Because he killed a character and he didn't fall.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Banners?
Stellar Defiance is 15.
Yeah, of course.
And Banners is 7.
7 on banners, yeah, fair enough.
7.
And primary, you got 8 on primary, I believe.
Yeah, so 11, 11, 4, and 8.
63. There you have it, folks. Another great game on stream.
We will be back momentarily.
Yeah, for a post-game interview.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Post-game interview with Dan, aka Hercules Paints on Instagram. Go check him out. Dan, how did that game go for you?
Well, kind of as expected. I expected if I go into an open confrontation against this army, my army will get blown away with all the mortar wounds. His army will counteract mine. So I need to play real passive, sorry for you people at home, and try and grind it out till Leicester and hope the primary comes kind of close, that he can't deny my objectives. But he played it well, he played the matchup well, and yeah, just lost out, but happy with my game.
Perfect, great stuff. Now, is there one moment, is there one play that Peter pulled out that you'd really like to call him out on? Something that really impressed you?
Well, his overall play was kind of faultless, I think. He didn't give me any secondaries or anything. No mistakes, I guess.
Right, perfect. And lastly, did you have a good time?
Always have a good time.
That's great to hear. Dan, thank you very much for being on stream. Good luck with the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back for an interview with Peter. Hi guys, welcome back. I'm joined here by Peter of AO Fame. That's Alliance Open. You can find them on Instagram at Alliance Open.
Yes.
Cool. Peter, how was this game for you?
Really enjoyable.
Yeah?
Yes, he played really well.
Fantastic.
Did what he had to do and didn't make any mistakes. So all kudos to him.
That's fantastic to hear. Fantastic. I love it. I love hearing about enjoyable games. Yeah. Is there a particular play, like something that you saw that you thought, wow, that's a good play that you'd like to call Dan out on?
Yeah, the last one he did with the 6-inch consolidate on the objective in order to score 4 additional for the primary, deny my one banner.
Yeah.
So that's a really, really nice play. I just couldn't block off with the final horror that he couldn't get past me.
Yeah,
so that's really well done.
Yeah.
So I really liked it.
It was good. It's good to watch. I hope the viewers watched at home and really were able to appreciate it. And yeah, last thing, did you have a good game?
Yeah, I had a great game. Yes.
Great game. I know we've gone over it again. Peter, thank you so much for being on stream.
Thanks for organising everything.
We really enjoyed having both of you, and good luck with the rest of the tournament.
Thanks, man.
All right, see you later.
Enjoy.
We'll be back soon for round 5, and yeah, we'll update you later. See you soon. It's still live.